My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2. Primordium. Gotta love these runs. Shadowy. Interesting. 2 Ember 3 size, Gorge, restore 10 health, deal 20 health, 20 damage rather to friendly units. There's also 2 Immortal Trades here, applying 4 lifesteal and 2 Ember Drain to a friendly unit, and finally Proliferate. 1 Ember to consume, propagate 2 on all units, increment buffs on allies and debuffs on enemies. Chosen Savagery as well, interesting. We also have the Pyre of Savagery. So if we manage to slay with a minion, it gets +1 damage permanently. Underlegion. Oh. Refined Void. Friendly units enter with lifesteal 2. There's a reason to take that, and it's because Primordium would start passing forward lifesteal every turn. Well, at least for the first couple of turns. Golden Idol, really, really good for income. Always a big fan of it. Lifesteal's not as good in this game. Like, yeah, there's certain conditions in which it's fine, of course. For everything there is. Even for Hoarfrost Effigy. It's just significantly less useful than things like Damage Shield, which Primordium can already pass forward. If I'm doing the Superfood line, I'll take Golden Idol. Aggressive Edible or Stalwart Snack. I can add more damage, or I can add damage for longer. I think add for longer is almost always going to be my choice right here. Admittedly, I do need damage in the early fights. I might struggle a little here, to be honest. So I do like the idea of Shadow Eater and Primordium bottom line. Primordium's going to be attacking against Thorns, though, so it'll explode itself. Pretty quickly. Oh boy. I wonder if I have to have a Shield Steward bottom line, and it's like AoE that line, Shield Steward top. Yeah, I can lose the fungi, that's fine. All trades here, but I really don't want the Ember Drain consistently if I can avoid it. But it will keep you alive. Screw it. I have 2 Ember Drain next turn, and then after that, we're back to okay. Link got 2 minions for us. I can sack one of them on the bottom line, and then one of them on the top. Primordium survives and manages to do its AoE, which is what we're looking for. Link fails on the bottom line, unfortunately. Definitely not going to be winning on this bottom line, of course. You're going to go up to the top and die to a single hit. That's good. Get most of the enemy down here. I can use an Eager Conscript to chump block the damage on the top line, and I suspect we get close enough. Yeah, to finish you off. Beautiful. Could have, of course, been worse, but it wasn't. Ha 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 ha. Everything's fine. Gravel. Apply damage shield 2 and 2 uncommon or rare morsel units to your hand. I do like that this early, especially. Green recruit. Yes, please. Extinguish spawn 4. Great target for a sacrificial floor. Merchant of Steel, Under Legion. I do have to say, do I want a second Gorge line when I'm using Plinks, Grovel, and Primordium? The answer is probably yes, but do I want to hit up Merchant of Magic Umbra and then Merchant of Steel, Under Legion? Or am I looking to try and get Equipment Opening Hand, pop it on the Primordium, pass forward, better damage? I guess it really depends. I think I take this first, Merchant of Magic Umbra, and then I decide which direction to go afterwards. Holdover consume removal. That's big. -2 cost consume. And then 0 cost grovel? That's pretty good. Overgorger in the first position. I'm mad about this because the correct... Like, I'm going to take it. And I'm going to try and run with it. I think it'll probably end up causing me to lose. But it's because I don't think I don't think like the AoE clear of Shadow Eater and then direct clear of Overgorge just super works well together, but look, you take the powerful thing you're offered and then you figure out how to use it. Grovel with consume removal. I wonder if I should hold over a Plink and maybe give a Plink a +10 later on, just as a way to try and get more morsel consistency in the deck. Another way would be just removing cards that aren't the morsel. I could also hold onto money and try and make the next Merchant of Steel or Merchant of Arms significantly better. Merchant Trinkets next to Forgotten Boons and Celestial Alcove means after Archeon, I'm probably going Trinkets. I'll have a huge amount of money as well if I roll in with... Okay, yeah. I'll hold here. Hold up. Except I will give one Plink +15. Sorry, it only costs 15 rather. +20 damage and consume. You can have Titan Skin 1. I can still kill you. So, Shadow Eater Primordium bottom line, and then Overgorger, and I'll just throw everything in you that I can. Nice. Two morsels in. I guess I should Eager Conscript. Saves 4 health on a minion that would lose it anyway. Okay, no, I could have put that on the top line. Probably should have. Link, please. Thank you. Your damage, Overgorger, will be taken care of. I think giving you additional health is probably our priority. And then... do I just shuffle the Morsel Excavator back into the deck, maybe? Double Spear Steward seems like the correct top line. Link fails. Nothing good to proliferate anywhere. I can throw an Eager Conscript on top line. Just straight up chump block, which A great reason not to do that. Hell, I'll even proliferate it. Welcome to the bottom line. We have fun. Only 30 additional damage with proliferate on the bottom line. I'm not thrilled about that. I think it probably better serves getting more troops up on top, to be honest. Ugh. Not at all what I was hoping to see there. It's a lot of calcified embers I drew that time. Wait, conscript. Not all the way there. We have 3 Titan skins, a lot of Titan skin at this point. Alright. We got it in 2 at least. Packed Morsel, Making of Morsel, and Tumbra Assault. I mean, absolutely any of these. I just want more Morsel generation, please. I think there's a really good argument for just Packed Morsel so I can flood the field occasionally. Maybe it needs to be Making of a Morsel just for the stats. 9-9. Factory. Spawn 1 when a unit without troop dies. I mean, the problem with that is obviously the spawn goes to the front of the line, so it overtakes the Gorges immediately. I could get a second green recruit, or I could just only use my green recruit line with the Infactory, which is... okay. I'll take it, actually. Merchant of Arms is now next to Pyre Remains. God. I really want to do it. Fine. I was wondering if I'd get that. Also, interesting, glass cannon. I do have stalwart snack, but I don't have give buffs forward. So I could just glass cannon for 50 additional damage to the Shadow Eater every round. I think that sounds like a really good idea. I also do think Glutton's Maw, as early as I can possibly have it, is really important. Being able to force the Shadow Eater to eat. And also then later being able to summon whatever I want on that field and still force the Shadow Eater to eat 1 a turn. Actually, I think that's extremely impactful. I almost feel like that should be my first upgrade. Deployable. Combine 2 equipment cards into 1. No. Spell Sanctum, also no. Celestial Alcove offers us Kanyo, Yorick, and Cormichelle. Yorick, I've already got 3 consume cards in this deck. Cormichelle, obviously... Wait, that non-champion friendly units gain plus additional damage. Yeah, so it doesn't ever benefit the Primordium, and it adds to base damage as well, so it'll never be especially good for the Shadow Eater or Overgorger, I think. That's when it becomes the Cavendish. Do I take Yorick for money then, maybe? I could take Kanyo for an early purge, but the thing is, what am I early purging? Eager Conscripts are great cards. The Mortal Trades are pretty bad. Blinks are fine. Obviously, the Shield Stewards need to get out of the stack. Yeah, I got a lot of cards I would remove. You can remove cards from your deck in a Merchant of Trinkets, right? But I can definitely get more consume cards, and I can even make all of my cards consume with the right card. Give me Yorick, and give me Great Decay after the boss fight, please. It's gonna be Shadow Eater, Glutton Maw. I think I put Primordium on another floor by itself, and I just chump block for you for a while until I can get an Overgorger down. Yeah, I don't think I put you on the Shadow Eater's fields. Maybe I do. You get eaten twice around, 40 damage on the bottom line AoE. The only problem with 40 damage on the bottom line AoE is it does not kill the frontliners at all. Also, Plink gets morsels by killing AoE enemies, which is basically what Shadow Eater does. God, I would love it not to be Shadow Eater. I'd love this run not to have Shadow Eater. Sadly, they gave me Shadow Eater at the start of the run, so now I have Shadow Eater. Oh, you're double attacking on the first turn. Well, that's intriguing. I can Conscript Proliferate in order to prevent that damage. And then I can make a morsel and eat that morsel on the bottom line. Link! If I jump with a Spear Steward, then Primordium survives. God, I guess it's Shield Steward there instead, maybe? How would I even defend you in the future? I don't know. I can give it a bunch of damage and then it'll die. That chomp will do. Double Eager Conscript the next floor. Oh, if I can keep that fungi at large and actually feed it, maybe I can create a defensive floor as well as an offensive floor at the same time there. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem possible, but it's okay. I'll keep the Shield Steward around and healthy. Magma Morsel gets eaten. Make space for the other morsels to get eaten there too. Finally, we have the Overgorger. Finally. Green recruit bottom line. Eat the green recruit. Then I get a fungi, and then it attacks, and then I can eat the fungi next turn. Link gets us little additional chomp chomp for the top line. Can I get any morsels in any way? I think the answer to that one is no. Even after that. Oh well. All's well that ends well, and that Glutton Maw is just enough stat gain from the 15-15 each turn to get us there. Furnace Tap. Apply Multi-Strike 1, Ember Drain 4. Not bad. Certainly not bad. Blazing Bolts. 60 damage to the front enemy unit. Add a stronger version to your discard pile. It's not a consume card, unfortunately. Contagious, though, is. Enemy units propagate 4. Add a copy of this card to your discard pile. I don't have that yet, but I'm going to find ways to make that make sense. Morsel Master. When you summon a morsel on this floor, summon an additional copy. I do like that, but Morel Mistress. Etch. Apply Decay 8 to enemy units. So when I consume a card, apply Decay to enemy units, and then that helps set up for... I mean, it's good AoE damage. The only problem is, obviously, it's competing against the Shadow Eater's version of it, which is... Morsel Master as well. I feel like I have to go Capacity Morsel Master, but then I also feel like I don't have enough energy to play out all of the stuff that I will need with that. Here's hoping that the busted combination of trinkets from Umbra and Bowler's Tuning Fork starter cards, which is half of my deck. All of the Eager Conscripts and all of the Plinks now cost -1. Great. Jack Strips, 3 piercing damage to an enemy when they move between floors. That will help me avoid some stuff, but not much. Morsel units enter with damage shield 1, not so bad, but I think I should reroll here. I think I'm looking for more debuffs on the enemies. At start of turn, add a common or uncommon a common or uncommon morsel unit to your hand. It's also Teeth of Gold. Deal 5 damage to the lowest health enemy whenever a unit is eaten. That will take out a lot of Savage Wings at the very end if I eat at speed. Unfortunately, they can also be next to a Chosen Bastion, and also it doesn't take out the Chosen Savagery. I think Abandoned and Tumbra is exactly what we're looking for there. Yeah, add the unit's status effects as well. I like. Especially when I have access to Propagate. The only problem is then the glass cannon is significantly less useful. But I need 2 additional deployment ampers so bad, just so that I can actually get the Overgorger in front of the Primordium constantly. Comfortably as well. What's Stalwart 3 do? Buff a 12 and it increases to a 10-10. Superfood. If I took your second superfood line, you'd get damage shield to start with. So I could eat you once on turn 1 and then at the end of turn 1 as well. I feel like it is large individual unit damage that I'm kind of lacking, but I also feel like part of that is actually supplanted by the gluttons more, and maybe I can take superfood. Celestial Alcove. Ooh. Offer 10 pie health. Yes, please. Verdant Cycle. The first time each turn a consume card is played, draw 1. Perfect. Offer 10 more pie health. 50% chance to gain an artifact. Offer another 10 pie health. Oh, I can't even heal after this. I want it. I want it bad. I can't. I feel awful. I was supposed to fill your dark soul with light. Let me cut it. I mean, I kind of want the immortal trades out of the deck. I want at least one immortal trade out of the deck. I don't want both of you. It's too much Ember Drain to be passing forward, frankly. There's almost no hand I can draw that doesn't summon something somehow. So the Shadow Eater always has someone to eat. I don't think it needs Primordium to be its fuel. Oh. Well, never mind. I can have it. I have the capacity now, of course, so that it can eat multiple things. Well, that's easy. I'll force eat a Rubble Morsel, giving me the ability to merge a Ember and make a Morsel and Grovel. Pass forward damage shield every turn as well. I feel like I probably want to set up on this second line now. Although proliferating on the bottom line does seem very strong. Passes forward a lot more damage shield each turn now, yeah. I mean, that top line's pretty annoying, unfortunately. I think Morsel Master, Eager Conscript. I still think we don't get close enough to take it down. Yeah, even if I... Oh, if I double Morsel Jeweler in front of everyone? No, it's only one. But it is doubled. Then 3, 10, 6. Not enough damage. I can't contagion the enemy for any reasonable amount. Yeah. Okay. There. 10, 3, 6. Unfortunately, 19. Yeah, we'd need another unit that can hit for that line to succeed in that way. I do want to play Contagious. It just gives me 25 gold this turn to do. So, okay, instead of... Oh, hang on. 15 health. Okay, never mind. I got to keep my fire shot. Morsel Master has damage shield, so why not give it Last Cannon? I'll eat single troop on the bottom line and then eat again at the end of the turn. Nice. I'll eat anything but morsels on the bottom line. So I got other plans for morsels. And that's double lifesteal being added to the Overgorger, but unfortunately the Overgorger is only going to have 11 health when the Ravenous Zealot comes up to the top floor with 16 damage. So I need to find a way to chump block for it next turn. Oh, Ajax is sapping all of us, so it doesn't really matter that there's a Spear Steward down there. I can eat that. The double morsel on the top line's so bad, but both of them get killed by the Ravenous Zealot, completely invalidating why I'm even summoning them on the top line. Additional turns of survivability versus damage shield would be useful. That's what I'm given. Yeah, we end up getting full sap by the end, so it didn't matter what I did at that point. We're not going to change it. Double rubble trouble. Drop an Infectory up there as well. This Shield Steward can just get wasted on that floor. Ooh. I suspect this is unlikely to have any impact, but there you go. Gorge yourself a wee bit. Hey, that's what we're hoping to see. Overgorger overgorges. Emberforge. 2 additional Ember per turn. I mean, I do kind of have a blank field room to put that on. Excavation Eruption and Cave-In. Excav Eruption would be a good way to finish off units on the second floor as well. I think I can just comfortably take that Emberforge. Tome of Evergrowth. Consume. Apply Evergrowth to a friendly unit. Every turn, it can apply 3 regen and 3 sap. Sure, I can put a bunch of regen on Primordium and pass it forward, as well as a bunch of sap, but that doesn't seem good. Pandemic applies Decay 8 and Sap 2. Add a copy of this card to your discard pile. It's also another consume card that propagates. I'll take it. It's making a much better case for going to a Merchant of Magic now. That said, I still haven't had any Merchants of Steel. I can't turn up this one. Dualism. Literally none of you affected by it. Quick is really good on Overgorger. Plus 20 health. I think I can just throw that on the Shadow Eater. I mean, you know, I'd like to smudge, don't you? Maybe I give the plus 20 to the Ember Forge and then reroll. Multi-strike and large stone. Well, multi-strike goes on Overgorger, and realistically, large stone should go on Shadow Eater. Hell yeah! At the start of the turn, friendly units propagate 1. Great. Now I just need something good to propagate. Dominating Power. Plus 10 damage on strike, applied 20 corruption. There's Dominating Authority. Summon a unit from your deck. I do quite like summoning a unit from my deck. Right now that's likely to end up being Green Recruit or Ember Forge. And then Spell Weakness 1, Melee Weakness 1 on strike, which could have been affected by Dualism, but it won't be. I mean, I could upgrade the Overgorger. Give it Dominant Authority, maybe. I mean, Dominating Power is really nice, but like realistically, your damage should be scaling off of your Gorge permanently enough to not really need that. Whereas Dominating Authority gives me the ability for another unit to just be summoned on your floor. I really like that for Shadow Eater though, so that Shadow Eater just immediately has someone to eat. But also, what if eventually it summons something that I care about? Like, summoning Green Recruit or the Shield Suits, Spear Suits, etc., that's fine. But if it summons Ember Forge, do I eat that? Probably not. I could also give it to Green Recruit on summon, spawn a random friendly unit from your deck, and then try and give this endless later so that it can just keep summoning it and keep doing that. I suspect just for the tempo of it all, I should really give it to Shadow Eater. Shadow Eater is not going to be gorging enough for the final fight. I can't use you as my AoE clear for the Chosens, which makes you very, very lacking in usefulness. Alright. Ooh. Non-boss enemies restore 150 health when they move up a floor. I mean, thankfully we have Overgorger with the additional damage and multi-strike now. I'm admittedly a little threatened here. I don't think I need Shadow Eater to be gorging immediately at the start of the... Rude. It is the Ember Forge. Of course it's the Ember Forge. At the start of the turn anymore, which gives me the ability to play Overgorger with Primordium on the top line. Sick. I mean, I'm definitely Glutton's Mawing this turn. Blink on the bottom line, got an additional morsel as well as an additional blink, which did not give us an additional morsel that time. I don't want to eat before the round ends. I'd rather heal up from the enemy attack as well as gain the additional energy next turn. Yeah, you boss hold your status still, unfortunately. The value of my cannon. Morsel Master, Rubble Morsel. We can throw those both on the top line. Then... I mean, Green Recruit, eat. Even give a Fragile Ember Forge there. Perfect. So you will have, by the time they get to the top line, not enough damage to take out a Fallen Executioner by yourself. Alright. It's a bit scary. He's certainly getting a lot closer, but that doesn't do it. Okay. Double Morsel Excavator is just enough to do it, and to get you to the position that you'll be able to do it permanently from here on out. Yeah, I'm a little scared about the... Oh no, that was only 6 off killing. I'm a little scared about the double fallen execution coming to the top line. That's going to be a lot harder for me to deal with. Yeah, even with pumping additional damage here, it's not really going to be able to change that. At least we can get down 1 Fallen Executioner now on that line, so we probably only link one of them to the top, take 12 damage to it before the end of the run. Oh boy. No, I don't want to remove that. I'm trying to figure out a way to also play Pandemic. Obviously, for impact, I can't just randomly play it for no benefit. It's fine. I don't even need to clear that this line, technically. No, play the Pandemic, Ryan. Sap helps us take less damage on the top line as well. Hello, Kota. Eager. Spawn. Okay, cool. We win on the bottom line, so I just feed everything I can into top there, and we are good. Easy. With a pyre health of 5, I feel like my future decisions are pretty much made by going towards pyre health every time. Prism Retrieval. Draw a unit and apply +5x and -x cost. I do need to pull my units from my deck faster. Troubles! The ability to fetch and give us equipment. I do like equipment. 20 damage and decay 10 to all units. I do have an open floor. I don't have that many open floors. I think I should probably just take Truffles. Additional equipment. With as many units as I have, additional equipment. Thank you, Pyro Remains. Remove Yorick and gain 2 random artifacts. I mean, I do have a decent amount of money. Yeah. Now, ever-churning toil. Oh, draw an additional card per 25 cards in your deck. Yay. And damage shield to the first friendly unit summoned each turn. Obviously incredible when you have the superfood. Gonna be doing that from turn 1. Shroom units gain regen 1 on harvest. Don't have that many Shroom units. Cards come with an upgrade and Breath of Heaven. All of these are garbage. I'm re-rolling. On the turn of the deployment phase, summon a morsel miner on each floor. That'll set up eating on the very first turn for multiple units, which is useful. And when you play your first morsel of the turn, draw 1. Both huge. I'm feeling more and more like removing stewards is a good idea. Merchant Steel with Pyro Remains and Armory next to it. I've got Kale before that. I don't expect Kale to put up too much of a fight here. Oh, lifesteal. Okay, so the worst case scenario is you manage to hit Bastion constantly, Chosen Bastion with the buffs. That is pretty bad, admittedly. But the Overgorger should be able to take care of that on top floor. Nice. Summon someone to eat. Hold up. First thing to get summoned should always be Primordium, because it will gain the 2 damage shields. And then it passes that damage shield forward every turn. Yeah, so by default, at the end of the turn, we get our first Morsel Miner and chomp, chomp, chomp. All's well with that. Drop an Ember Forge, Grovel, nice. Oops. That blink targeted no one. So, stats in general for you. Some damage for the midline, which otherwise doesn't have it. Blink, blink. Hey, that did manage to get a minion, and it'll give us an additional morsel. Hell yeah. And then Kale. I can jump block on each of these floors. I'm just going to double jump top. Thank heck I've got my Glutton's Maw here. With 5 damage shield on Overgorger, honestly at this point, passing forward another 5 damage shield every turn, I can Glass Cannon the Primordium. Fragile's not going to be triggered. As much as I want Overgorger to eat every available morsel, though. Bottom line, simply gotta eat. Otherwise, the Vampiric Cherub survives the turn, and I don't want to see that happen. Let's sack Shield Steward on this line as well. Good. Morsel. Resin Blade, Burnout 1, Multi-Strike 1. Yeah, I don't want to give Burnout 1 to anyone here, frankly. I guess I can equip it to the green recruit just to get rid of it. That's Spear Steward, eat it, then Excav. So I've got the top floor full. Prism Retrieval has nothing to Prism Retrieval. Although I should have still played it because it had Consume tag on it. No, wait, never mind. I don't have to play things just because they have Consume on them. Kanyo's gone. Perfect. Overgorger is taking out both of the enemy units before they can do anything. That's ideal. Gotta drop the Ventral Shards. Can't let those assist. Eager Conscript. Eat it. Rubble Morsel, ready to get eaten next turn. Oh, that Chosen Bastion, thankfully, is going to get moidled by the Overgorger on the next floor, so don't have to worry too much about it. Four more morsels for the Overgorger, which is plus 8 damage permanently. I mean, it's getting somewhere. It's really, really getting somewhere. Moonlit Glaive, Mage Blade, it's just plus 5 damage. That's all that says. Granted, someone should wear it for plus 5 damage. I feel like we've largely rounded the corner here. It can still get pretty bad. Even more minus for the top line. Keep that jewelry down there. Another Contagious for propagating all of your sap and decay, and then just Prism Retrieval for Consume. Alright, bottom line is doing okay by itself at the moment. Got to make sure that I prioritize Overgorger on the top, though. Eat that. Okay, Immortal Trait gets us there, so we can just feed all the morsels on the top line. I was really hoping one of the earlier merchants of Trinket or Trinket opportunities would have given us the double gorge, because that really would take this to the next level. Deadly variant. Applies decay, equal to 5 times sap. There's also Wretch, return eaten units to hand, admittedly. Obviously, after a certain point, that's really good in Primordium. It's a lot of additional units just thrown back to us. I need Deployment Ember more than anything else. I want to guild deadly variant, but I am also very, very, very insecure about this run. I don't know how well it's going to continue going. Merchant of Arms, Merchant of Steel, probably our next two options, so I don't even get to hit a Merchant of Magic before the end of the run. I'm going to take it. I don't feel good about that, though. I'll take Hell's Flame. If I had any more Deployment Ember, I wouldn't have to take this, but I do have to take this. I mean, I already have Superfood 2, basically, at the start of the fight, so it's got to be Stalwart Snack for longer. I don't have anyone mini-stoned. Overgrowth Carapace is a little hard for that reason. Zone of Silence, obviously. Throw that on the bottom line. Just try and prevent the enemies from ruining my life. I think I should just take it. Okay. I can reduce some unit size, but the units that I care about modifying mainly have already had all their stuff changed. I guess I could give Endless to the green recruit, which isn't that good of an upgrade. Wow. I actually maybe shouldn't even be here in the first place. No, I needed to come here for the Pyramates. I needed to come here for that. No, green recruit getting Endless would actually be pretty sick. Maybe a really good target for the Shadowy to just eat every time. Damage shielded 3 as well makes you a significantly better chump blocker. I'm going to do that too. Missed. No Endless. We've just got Tight Knight. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm just going to give plus 14 damage to a Morsel Master, and God, I might be able to hit that Merchant of Magic at the end. God, I hope I can. Ugh! Why is it you, Rax? Terrifying Amalgams on the bottom floor, so I can't leave the bottom floor empty. Rage Wing Assassins as well. You don't have the silencing hymness, do you? God, please don't have the silencing hymness. Gotta be Primordium on turn 1. Oh, right, I'm 1 Deployment Ember down. Can't do that. Overgorger can't be played on turn 1 if this is the case. Which means I have to wait up to possibly 6 turns before I get to play Overgorge. That's way too long. Shadow Eater does need to be able to eat before the enemy. I don't really have too many choices on this one. Right. Top floor is too large to play Overgorger on. I literally can't cycle this deck twice without playing Overgorger without definitely losing. So it basically comes down to I'm going to play a Shield Steward instead of the Morsel Master for the top line. But first unit still needs to be the Primordium. Morsel Master instead. That's funny. Let's put the Morsel Master up there, then Then I'm gonna want a Prism Retrieval for as much as I can do. Okay. That was good for the Ember Forge. I'm happy to get that down there. That's our safe and factory line. A little bit of blink value there. Nice to see it. Double Rubble Morsel for the additional energy next turn, of course. Double Rubble for the same reason again. We'll... Definitely got to proliferate that top line. Kind of want to just play out Deadly Variant, get rid of it. Yeah, that about Gladiator. It'll only do 18 damage to me, but that's a lot more damage than I can afford right now. What about Pauldrons? Armor 6 on Resolve, gain Armor 6. Give that to the fun guy. Let it keep kicking. I'm going to be giving another 50 damage and damage shield there. Oh, okay, that's a lot better. Pandemic you, then Propagate. So now you're very sapped. And Double Blink didn't even touch the Collector in the backline there. Okay, no damage taken on that top line, and now we have our Overgorger! Everything's right with the world. We can gorge. If I eat that green recruit, unfortunately, the Avowed Gladiator doesn't kill the fungi, so then it starts gorging instead. So it's just conscript, eat. Oh, that double morsel should be top line. Oops. Gorger. Double morsel. Gotta hit proliferate on the best line for it. Worried about this top line again. Looks like we'll be taking 6 a couple of times up here, though. Not too many ways to stop that. Additional damage to the top line won't even change it. I don't even have anything to hit with Contagion, so I can play this just to draw a card and then play that. Hopefully I have enough damage shield that I can survive racks on the top floor. Just where it looks like we're gonna go. Okay, we should have enough damage on top line now for double clear. Great, we do. In fact, even before anyone else even gets to attack. 44 damage shield. Yeah, you'll have 4 multi-strike by the time you come up here, but I do think my damage shield will be enough. Granted, you get some spell shield, rage regen. It's not gonna change the calculus on that. Oh wow, we actually win on the bottom line. That surprises me. Chomp. The Shadow Gorge has been getting a lot of damage out of the Pyre Savagery. Prism Retrieval. Honestly, second Prism Retrieval in the deck does seem good, but I probably don't need it because I'm not going to have -1 energy in any of the following battles. Energy there. Fungator Suit, Spawn, and then Apply Armor. Nope. Give me Pandemic. I really wanted to go for Bio Health, but I do think I need the power from the Merchant of Magic. Intrinsic -1 costs. I feel like that on Prism Retrieval is really impactful. Help me pull a unit from the deck as quick as I can. -1 Permafrost. I feel like that's most impactful on something like Contagious, as well as then lowering its costs. +10 magic power on one of our 0-cost Blinks. Reroll. Double stack, good to see it. Merchant Trinkets. Create a permanent copy of the first consume card, play each battle on turn start, spawn 1 on each floor, but 20 cards in your deck. So that's only going to be 1 on each floor. Unfortunately, it's going to interfere with our gorging. Permanent copy of our first card. I could try and make a like intrinsic double stack Pandemic, and then the second fight that I'm in, I'll have 2 of them in the opening hand as well. That could be pretty good. Gorge triggers an additional time. Fungi +2 per stack, or start a turn fully healed champions. Those are almost entirely irrelevant. I didn't intrinsic something good, did I? Oh no, I intrinsic the Prism Retrieval. Double stack a Pandemic. I want to Spell Chain. Maybe it's Prism Retrieval. Let's start removing cards from our deck, actually, because Shield and Spear. Are never really going to get developed. +20 for one of the planks. Negative cost consume for a immortal trade. Literally just like negative cost consume it out of the deck. Play it on Chump, get rid of it. I do think a second copy of Glutton's Maw would be ridiculous. I do think a second copy of Prism Retrieval helps me save myself against the worst available outcomes. But I can also get a second copy of Prism Retrieval very easily. God, if any of these healed my Pyre, that would be great as well. I mean, there's also an argument for just double the Overgorger. It is a 300 damage minion. Okay, yeah. Yes. 300 damage quick speed minion, no less. A unit center with melee weakness too, which is really annoying, but basically what it means is I need to give damage shield to Overgorger, because otherwise it gets bopped on the first turn immediately for lethal damage. Excuse me. That's an Overgorger on the bottom line. I need my Shadow Eater to be there. Mistake! Gotta make sure Overgorger gets the damage shield, otherwise we lose the Oh my god! They're the same shape. They're the same shape, they're the same shape and the same cost. It could happen to anyone. It's just happening to me at the moment. Overgorger, Primordium, and then a Shadow Eater on the bottom line, and then you give it a Glutton's Maw. And all was right with the world. As much as I would love to drop a giant pandemic, like, this feels like a really good opportunity. Oh my god, Pandemic would be 4-sap, and then I could even propagate it immediately afterwards. Weaken Serapaternus a lot. Nah, no, it's not. It's not a good idea. I do want additional energy. Have I played any units on this turn? No, I have not summoned any units on this turn, so I can... Oh! Apparently I summoned a unit this turn, so my Chain of Gems is already used. Oh, right, the Chain of Gems triggered on the Morsel Miner that was summoned. Yeah, because it's the first friendly unit summoned each turn, not played each turn. I like the idea of dropping Zone of Silence on the bottom line just to prevent the enchants from the Chosen Bastions, as well as worst case scenario, the Strike Rage application from Chosen Assassins in the back line. Then I'll Prism Retrieval. Perfect. Less perfect. And Prism Retrieval truffles as well. Unfortunately, Morsel Master is currently not able to be. Well, you know what? I can put a Morsel Master on the midfield. There'll be another unit there to eat soon. TM. And then truffles. You should definitely generate a weapon. Shield of Wing. Oh boy, I'd love to play that right now. Unfortunately, I got you a bit too late in the turn. I was never really going to have the energy for it. I feel like double Morsel Jewel on this midline makes a lot of sense. Save it from death next turn. Primordium doesn't have any damage shield, unfortunately, so I'm not passing forward damage shield each turn, which is going to make it much harder to pass forward Big damage. So, Infectory? Let's get a conscript on the field. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let me eat. Let me devour. Why are you not using your ability? It's failing to target for some reason. It literally won't let me target that ability. I can play other minions in other areas. Then can I use your ability? Okay, good. Perfect. Guess I should not be disabling the Chosen Zealot as my priority, because guess the top lines. Does it get the top lines done? No. Okay. I will decay you and then contagion it too. Significantly lowering incoming damage here. Should definitely merge, or rather gorge one more time on the bottom. One more time at the top. And then Morsel Jewelers for the mid. There we go. Hello, Overgorger. Welcome to the battlefield. Unfortunately, if I play you, Seraph Eternus will kill you. Oh, no. I mean, you come in with damage shield, so you'll be fine. We're passing forward 2 damage shield each turn. We're doing that for 6 more turns. So I do think I can get the Overgorger on the top line to start eating with the glass cannon. We big eat on the bottom floor, kill a lot of enemy, then they kill my enemy, then I get that big eat again. Yeah, I'm gonna need the damage from that Primordium by the end of this, I'm pretty certain. I'd love someone to play the Ember Forge, I just don't think I can really access that right now. Melee weakness means we'll lose the frontliner anyway. The conscript allows us to keep a damage shield on Overgorger there. And proliferate on top line means I'm passing more damage shield each turn. Summon eager conscripts. I mean, I'd love to also be able to generate an Entombra Morsel, but I'm not going to be able to eat that at the end of the round. Unfortunately, the Chosen Assassin becomes really annoying as a result. Mind Cage. Ephemeral Orb cooldown by 1. I mean, really, the only person who can use that is you, Truffles. I play the morsel on this floor. I can keep some unit alive. It's really important I keep the Overgorger alive. I can drop Pandemic Contagious here. It's pretty much essential, I feel, at that point. I lose Truffles, unfortunately, as well as one of the morsels, but the rest of the floor stays solid. And our Ascension stays safe as well. Three more turns of passing damage shield forward. Ooh. First minion is duped, so I think Entombra Morsel on the mid line with the damage shield and duped. Definitely what we want to do. We'll grovel for some more damage shield, and then I think pop even more of it on that same floor for the Overgorger. Script. Eat them. Apply Decay, go to 5 times sap. With no one on the field sapped. I think I'll throw that away. Thankfully this turn we had enough damage ascending, we don't even have to worry. And 42 damage shield, so we'll be fine on that top floor. Woo! Everything's solved! I'm gonna drop a Pandemic there. I'll keep Contagion, because I've still got more Pandemics in the deck, so... A Pandemic plus... Well... I was about to say, a Pandemic plus Contagion for the boss is one of the best things I can do here. Anyway. Pandemic. Contagion. Take out everything except for the Chosen Assassin. Woo. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure that our spawn 1 when unit without troop dies doesn't eat our ability to generate morsel. Because that morsel will survive the harvest's damage. So this version instead kills the Chosen Assassin as well, and also does a lot more damage to Sarah. Then we have a Grovel on top line, giving us 4 morsel minions there. Whoa, that fungi on the top line unfortunately survives. Gotta make sure it doesn't. Because it'll inherit. It'll inherit a lot of damage as well as fragile as well as defense, though. Maybe it's okay. Hold up. It's on the boss, Pandemic. You go. You. That. 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 Then hit boss. Page. Why are you surviving again? What the hell? What did I do differently? Was I? I could swear I wasn't using the pandemic on the Chosen Assassin just to sap it. Maybe the, you know what it is? It's Morsel Jeweler behind. Because it's defended, but it can't take a direct hit. That matters so much. Literally, the positioning of just forward or behind may end up completely changing the outcome of this fight. There we go. Now, Pandemic, Contagion on the correct target. Then we can grovel and morsel. And can't lay any conscripts on the top line because they will not get eaten by the right person. Then some damage on midline. Oh, we actually managed to last long enough that we lost all of the stacks on Seraph there. Oh my god, we're so close to the kill there. Oh my god, we might even be able to blink you over the line, hang on. Nope, couldn't get there. That's okay, Overgorger on the top line will kill him next turn. Thank heck, we lost no HP in this fight. That was ultimately pretty important, as it turns out. I'm very glad. Overgorger finishes them off with 631 damage. Time for the Titans. Go to get Glutton's more on that line, then a single... Well, hang on. Gotta be a Primordium first, of course. Then single Overgorger. And then Shadow will eat up with the ability to eat up. Oh, yeah. Glass Cannon on turn 1. Yeah, simply... Oh, and Grovel on turn 1. Hell yeah. I'm gonna Pandemic the hell out of Dominion there in order to sap it a lot. Second Overgorger. You don't need to be gorging on this line. You just need to be there doing damage. That's fine. Morsel Maker pulls out a Shield Steward that I don't care about, and it pulls out a Morsel Master that I does care about. You go on the top line. And... I mean... useless ones, I guess, should be on that line. Contagious for even more sap and decay on Dominion will help us take a lot less damage. Perfect. Zone of Silence, so I don't have to worry about all this contagion coming in. If I'm going to be summoning, I'm going to be summoning Truffles first. Hef's Hammer, Ephemeral. Add +1 capacity to this floor. Dang. That's really cool. I guess I can use that on top line. No good reason not to. Eager Conscript gets Eaten Conscript to clear the bottom line a little bit. Then double Excav, Proliferate hits top. Really hard because now I'm giving 7 damage shield forward every turn. Really don't want to be playing any of the Curses of Entropy if I can avoid it. I'm just going to deal with... I'm going to assume... I'm going to take those and just count it as the damage Dominion otherwise would have done. Alright, who are we eating and why are we eating them? Top line's pretty well managed. Savagery taking another 800 this turn. Got a couple on ascent. Definitely want to proliferate on that top line. Might as well try and give these Blinks an opportunity to hit. They completely fail. In response, we'll summon and eat our own Morsel Jeweler to take care of the line. Deadly Variant of Blade Decay equal 5 times sap. It's 30 decay on Dominion. Look, might as well. 90 additional damage a turn. Oh no, the Green Recruit actually survived. Why? Boy. Oh, right, because it died between Corruption and... Okay, so I'm going to be Ember Drained by 2 next turn. Thankfully, I do have an Ember Cache out. Ember Cache? Furnace. So we'll be okay. Eating that before the enemy turn now allows me to also throw out Highlights and Pandemic. Which sure well sapped enough. That's fine. Fortified Pauldrons? Sure, why not? Grovel also gives us some more morsels. Bottom line again. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Got another morsel down there, get eaten. Double Pandemic and Pilot as well. Pilot takes down the top liner, so I don't even need to play that this turn. I want to play double Pandemic instead then. And that is Entropy down on Death's Door. At the end of this turn, we will also have that on Savagery, and Dominion already has it on top line. I'll eat whatever I can now. Get him. That worked out pretty well. Fragile applied, 27. We also gilded the Deadly Variant, despite not really using it. That's the final of the Underlegion cards, though, that needed to be gilded. Win streak increases well. Jump back to the outpost and say that my name, for the moment, has been Rhapsody. It might be in the future as well, but I can only vouch for right now. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, rather. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the Game Past, present, and future. A special thanks this episode to Dialer. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.